Hello. I'm just waiting for some of you to come on. I didn't put a scheduled broadcast out tonight because it kind of messed me up last time. So I thought I'll just come out live this time. Whoops. So, where is everyone? Hopefully I can see. I'm going to try and do a trick or something here because I've got it airing on my computer as well, so then I can see the chat sessions better. So how is everyone this evening? I wonder where you all are. Oh, there's somebody. Hello. How are you? Welcome to Real Talk, my second show. So I'm hoping a lot show up. How are you tonight? Where are you tuning in from? Tell me. Don't be so shy. So I don't know where you're coming in from, but where I am, oh my goodness, has it ever been cold? And has it ever been snowy? And I have not liked that one bit. I'm a summer bunny, so I don't like snow at all. I don't mind looking at it. It's going out in it and driving in it. I don't like driving in it at all. And especially because there seems to be a lot of drivers that are getting more and more aggressive around here. So anyways, so I did a thing yesterday. Can you tell? Have you been out on my channel before? I decided to get my hair chopped up a little bit more. It's not drastically changed from it was, but the color is, I think. Oh, we're not starting that. Oh my goodness. Looking chopped. Yes, well, that's typically how it does look when you go to the hairdresser. I wanted it really choppy looking and asymmetrical. This side I'm not sure though, because like I like having this shave spot, but I'm thinking about coming up with it even more, like that it's maybe chopped up to here. I don't know. What do you think? It sounds like I smoked 2 packs a day. That's nice. Can we not have negative comments on here, please? I put up with enough of that on a daily basis. I just woke up, actually. So, my voice is always lower when I get up. But yeah, I do smoke, and yeah, I am working on it. So, am I a former band member? I'm my own band member now. I used to tour professionally in the 80s and opened for Tom Cochran. I don't know if you're familiar with him or not. And was supposed to share the stage with John Cougar Mellencamp, but something happened with their flight and they couldn't make the gig. But we still played. I just don't remember who we shared the stage with anymore because that was like totally last minute. Finding somebody to replace his act. So, but again, I don't remember what. So I have some exciting news, possibly exciting news, what I hope is going to be exciting news. I have a cat who is, where is she? Oh, she's sleeping right now. Anyway, she's 9 years old, just 9 years old. And, she had a friend up until 2 years ago, and unfortunately, she got really sick. So she's been lonely and bored. And she's been, I think, wanting another playmate. And I've been looking for one. I've also noticed that orange cats, like I've rescued feral cats all my life, but I've also noticed that orange cats have a really nice disposition. So there happened to be an orange cat that uh, became available for adoption last night. And um, my friend approached me about it. Green Day and Breaking Benjamin, I love those bands. Um, Green Day is one of my influences. I guess Breaking Benjamin would be to a degree, but probably more so Nine Inch Nails, Pink Floyd, Stevie Nicks, Melissa Etheridge. Just a long list. Can't think of everybody right now. I just got up. So, anyways, yeah, back to Miss Paris, my cat. So, anyways, this orange cat became available last night. And he's 11 years old. His name is Simba. He's coming later this evening in a few hours, I guess, I hope. I went out and got supplies for him today in a really nice cushy bed. I don't know if there's a Dollarama where you're at, but there is where I'm at. And they had really, really nice cushiony beds in there. I was impressed. But I didn't like that they were almost almost like a canvas material. So I bought one of those really soft blankets and tucked that in there too for him. So I'm hoping with all my might that they get along really good, because this poor little guy, wouldn't I love to know where the owners lived, because I'd report him in a heartbeat. They shot their other cat, shot their dog, and they were about to shoot this cat until my friend stepped in and said, "Don't, I'll come and get it." So she did. And I don't know if there's any health problems. I just know he was caught urinating on the floor. What are the underpinnings around that? I don't know. I hope he doesn't have a blockage, but I'll find out what he's like once I get him. But, there's a lot of cats that won't use the litter box if it's too full. Plus, I don't know if they were made to live outside for the most part. I have no idea what the history is. I only know he's 11 years old and he was about to be shot, and his face had just been rubbed in the urine that was on the floor. Oh, people. There are many, many people that disappoint me in this world. What's going on where? I want to view this now. I don't know why. I don't know why this message was held for review. Another moderator just handled this. Who is the other moderator? That's what I'd like to know, because it's just me on here, unless it's something to do with the settings that I used. So anyway, yeah, he's coming tonight, and things click between him and my cat, because I think they'd make a good pair. Paris is 9, almost. Well, actually, no, she just turned 9. And then Simba is 11, so we'll see. It should be a good match. But orange cats are supposed to be really cool. So I want to, I'm hoping. So that's my exciting news for today. How have you guys been? Where are you tuning in from? Is it cold where you are? Is it warm? Have you got a lot of snow? And is there any of my songs that you've listened to that you'd like to know the meaning to? Or do you want me to just run them off? I did so last week to one of my songs. Do you remember? I could do that again tonight, couldn't I? Let's see. What one will I pick? Cats, yeah. Cats. I'm adopting another cat. Well, fostering with a view to adopt tonight. So, what are we talking about here? Cats. Yes, that's right, cats. Did you tune in midway and that's why you were lost, Matthew? This is my real talk show, so it's not necessarily about music. It's about me, the meaning behind some of my songs, and some other shit along the way. And here we are. So, my latest release, Jesus, False Reality. That is about, so I'm not sure how many of you may be into the spiritual realm of things. I am, big time. So I've learned, like I've always been into it, but especially the last 7 or 8 years, I dove deep into it, and I've learned so much, more than I ever had learned before in my life. And you want to know what this stream is about? I just told you. Did you catch that? It's about me, my songs, and other shit along the way. And what about it, Elite? So what? Have you listened to my songs? Doesn't mean I can't sing. Jesus Christ. What is it with people? How about we say some positive things? Fave drink right here, coffee, number one. Second to that is my water. Sometimes with electrolytes, sometimes not, because you can't drink a lot of those a day. But coffee is my absolute favorite drink. I don't drink alcohol. I hate alcohol. Oh, okay, Matthew. Well, my apologies. So, anyways, false reality. So those of you who might be into the spiritual side of life, and if you're not, you like coffee too? Yeah, it's my favorite, all-time favorite. I drink it all day. I probably drink too much coffee, but it is what it is. I don't sleep that great, you know. I sleep 2-3 hours and then I'm up 2-3 hours and back asleep, repeat 24/7, 365. It's been for eons now, so I drink lots of this. And I had to get a Snoopy cup. Well, that shows Linus, who finally gets his blanket back from Mr. Snoopy. I love Snoopy. He's my hero. Here, I'll show you something. I was thinking about taking this busking with me, but oops. Two of my heroes, just one in different color. So check this out. One of my fans got me this. It's a collector's edition Snoopy. And another fan got me this one. And another fan got me this one. This guy, Woodstock. I love him. So I was thinking about bringing this guy with me when I go busking and attaching him to my mic stand, or Snoopy. But then I don't want to get them wrecked. So I don't know. What do you think? But, you know, they seem to keep each other company pretty good. So I don't think I want to separate them. But I can't take all three. That would be too much. Night Owl too. Oh, God, yeah. Ice caps. Oh, I know, right? Ice caps are so delicious. But, yeah. I have to stay away from them because they're just way too much sugar. But oh my God, yeah, they're so good, aren't they? I think, uh, well, I guess Tim Hortons would be my favorite one. Elite Bloodline? I'm not sure. What makes you say that? That's a possibility. If I want to believe one of the spiritual channeling teachers I got a lot of instruction from over the years, I'll agree with that. But do I have any physical proof? No. I know they're so good. I suppose one every once in a while isn't bad. Have you ever tried one beyond Tim Hortons? Where do you get your iced coffees? I don't like Starbucks, I'll tell you that. I had one of their coffees once. It was disgusting. It was the most bitter, stale cup of coffee I ever had in my life. I didn't like it at all. The comment before Elite Bloodline. Yeah, I answered. Um, oh, because I've been doing a lot of taking lots of classes in the spiritual end of things, and because I'm very much interested in telekinesis. And so I've been setting along that vein over the last on and off, on and off over the last few years. And she told me that I do come from an elite bloodline, but I'm not going to disclose that right now. I don't know how open-minded my crowd is right now. You don't like sauce either. It's watery or bitter, ultra expensive. Yeah, exactly. Oh, yes, McDonald's does have good iced coffee, but I haven't been at McDonald's and only I think 3 times at Harvey's in the last 7 years. And I'll tell you why. Because I learned some really nasty things about McDonald's specifically, but all fast foods are guilty. You know, I was in the grocery store a few months ago and I saw this line actually on a comedian that I was watching their reel. I don't remember who it was. But anyway, the guy was like, well, I'll just do what I did in the grocery store. So I'm at the checkout and I'm getting all my stuff on there, and I said to her, and it was at a No Frills, and it was a newly designed aisle specifically for organics. They had a special sign, organic food section or something like that, or just organic foods, it might have been. And they so I'm at the checkout and I was looking for cane sugar because I won't use white sugar. So I'm looking for cane sugar. It wasn't in the sugar aisle. So, oh, lo and behold, there it is in the organic aisle. But I get to the checkout and I said to Leah, I said, that's really nice that you've got an organic aisle in here now. And she said, yeah. And I said, you just put that up recently? Yeah. I said, kind of begs the question, what the hell is in the rest of the aisles, doesn't it? I said, if this is the organic and natural food section, what are they doing to the rest of it? She didn't have any answers for that. But she had a similar look to the one that I saw, where I saw that line from the comedian. So I'm asking you a question about spirituality. You guys are talking about fast food. Sorry, Matthew, I'm sorry. I was just finishing this. And you calm down. I'll answer your question. Okay. So, oh, that's cool. Okay. Yeah. Meat might come from Frozen, but that's not where it originates from. If you ever watched the movie Soylent Green, there's your answer. If you haven't watched it, you might want to do that and then see how much you want to eat at McDonald's after that. So, you're open-minded, okay? What do I think about Orthodox Christianity and spirituality? I'll tell you what I think about any organized religion. Now, I'm going to back up a bit to when I was a little kid. I always had a curiosity about God. I wanted to know who was God, right? I'd heard of him, but who was he? What did he look like? I wanted to find out. But my parents, you do not mention that word in the home, period, right? Like if you want to mention it, you better make sure they're not within hearing distance. God was just an unspoken word in my house. So, but I was still really curious. And I had these friends across the street. Well, friend, I mean, she had a sister. But they went to Sunday school. And I wanted to go to Sunday school. And I asked my parents, and of course, no, got a beating for even asking. So, anyways, I went to Sunday school. And I got caught by my dad. He saw me walking there and walking in and then coming out a couple hours later. And I got a beating for that one too. Didn't stop me. I just got sneakier. But I never went to church again, that's for sure. Not until I was 34. And coincidentally enough, or oddly enough, I should say, my two sisters were both baptized Catholic, and my dad wanted me baptized, and my mom said no. If she wants to get baptized when she's older, she can do it. And when I was 34, that's exactly what I set out to do. I wanted to be baptized, just like my sisters were. But I went to a Catholic church because my best friend at the time, who actually was my bass player when I was touring as well, she was Catholic, so I'm going to go to a Catholic church then. And I went, and I was supposed to attend Wednesdays, every Wednesday. And I think it was for 3 or 4 months. Every Wednesday you were expected to go there and learn from the Bible, right? And before they would even consider baptizing you Catholic, there was a lot of hoops to jump through. So the first, okay, it is what it is, right? If that's what I got to do, and I go there, and Matthew, are you still here? Here I am explaining it. You better still be on here, are you? Let me scroll up. Okay, good. So, anyways, I show up the first Wednesday. And about 10 minutes into it, it's funny because I went there totally feeling fine. And about 10 minutes into it, I'm overwhelmed with nausea. And I was starting to sweat. Like I just did not feel good at all. And it came right out of nowhere. And I was just thinking, what the hell? But I had to leave. Like I was not well. I ran to the bathroom first and took care of things. But I was just feeling worse the longer I was there. So I left. Next Wednesday comes, same thing happens. And the next Wednesday comes, and I'm starting to get sick in the parking lot, like vomiting in the parking lot. I'm not even in the building. And I'm like, what the hell is going on here, right? Like, this has got to be a sign. So I just got back in the car and went back home, and I called and I said, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to make it. I don't know what's wrong, but I was sick. So keep that in mind as we go on here. So anyways, I went to probably at least 6 different congregations, different religions, trying to find something that resonated with me, because it's not that I didn't read the Bible. I did. There was a little one that I got from my friend. I don't know if you've seen them or not, but they're just little Bible soft backs. The writing is so tiny you can hardly read it. But I had that I read through. And then there was another one that I read when I went over to my friend's house. So, and they were both King Henry versions. King Henry, King James, Jesus, have more coffee, Don. So, yes, pocket Bible, that's right. So, anyways, just that I think the Bible she had was the old King James version, and the one I had, the pocket Bible, was the new one. But anyway, where I'm going to all these different ones, and these ones that you go into, and they've got the dancing kind of songs and bands and everything. That wasn't a church to me, but nothing resonated with me. And then I ended up having to go to physio. I can't remember what that's for. I had a healed over fracture or something. I don't remember what. But anyways, I'm in physio. And it meant at the time I didn't have a vehicle, and it meant I had to take a bus home. And every time my transfer bus point came up, there was Trinity Lutheran Church. And I kept looking at it like it was almost like I was drawn to it. And I finally thought, the hell with it, I'm going in, right? And that became my church, and that became the place I got baptized at. And everything was great. I joined the choir and everything, my kids got baptized there. And my godfather was the pastor of the church. He still is part-time, but he retired and then went off to another church. But anyway, then COVID came along, and I woke up. I came that close to getting that shot. And I told my son, and he's like, no, Mom, don't do it. It's going to fucking kill you. And I'm like, what? Like, what do you mean it's going to kill me? No, it's good. And then he started sending me stuff, and I read, and I'm like, holy shit. Because, I worked as a police dispatcher. I worked as an ambulance dispatcher. I worked as an inside driver examiner, and my last job was a court reporter. So I've learned a lot. And a few skills I acquired from those jobs were critical thinking, and thinking quickly, and making good decisions in seconds of time, if that, because you're dealing with life or death, right? So anyway, I wake up to that. That then turns me down, diving down rabbit hole after rabbit hole after rabbit hole. Oh my God, like they're endless. It's endless. It really is. I'm done diving down. I've learned enough over the last 8 years. So the one thing that I learned at is who this world is run by. Because I always felt, since I was a little kid, this world is run by Satan. That was what I deduced from reading the Bibles, was that Satan was, whining. My own summation of it, okay, when I was little. It was like Satan threw a hissy fit, and he wanted something to control, so here's the earth, and you've got so many days to do as above, so below, and if you don't, I'm coming back to claim my planet, right? And this is God telling him, right? Here we are, we're in Revelations, whether you want to accept it or not, or whether you know it or not, we are in Revelations, and we have been for a few years. But I've been saying it for about at least 20 years, telling people, because the disasters were getting worse and worse and worse and more and more. And I was warning people, if people don't smarten up and start treating each other better and treating animals in this planet better, the light's going to come, and God's going to come and clean house, and that'll be it, and we'll start all over again. And that's exactly what's going on. I don't know that it's going to get to wiping out the planet. Not yet. Not for a long time, I don't think. But times are changing and we are going to a better world. So in waking up to the agenda and then further waking up to all the lies they told us, it's no, like working as a police dispatcher and court reporter, it's like none of this makes sense. Like, why is this going on? There were so many policies and so many things that were so wrong. So if you ever want to know why there is a lack of justice and why things just don't make sense in a lot of things that are run by the government, this is why. Because the earth is run by 13 of the richest families in the world, billionaires, right? Otherwise known as the cabal, or whatever you want to call it, Illuminati. And so they're the elites, right? And they've been calling the shots. But they did make a promise to us eons ago, centuries ago, that they would treat us good, but they haven't. They've enslaved us, since the beginning of time. We're just out there to work and make more money for them. It's all based on greed. So then I found out about the Roman Catholic Church. And Matthew, let me ask you this. Are you familiar with the Gnostic Bible, the Book of Gnostics? The 33 chapters that the Roman Catholics decided to take out. Are you familiar with them at all? Okay. So, you got to wonder, why did they leave that out of the Bible? Because they didn't want us to know our power, right? They didn't want us to get a hold of that. Jesus, we might wake up and then, oh my goodness, all our slaves are gone. Like, that wouldn't work out well for them, would it? And they wouldn't want us knowing our power and embracing that. So, and the lies that they told us and everything, like, I don't know about you, but yeah, exactly. They're taking stuff out of the Bible and they're bastardizing what's in it. So, it takes a lot of discernment. It's not to say that there isn't some things in the Bible that are factual, but you will never, in any church you go to, I am totally convinced there is not one church that exists right now on the face of this planet that has anything to do with teaching the realities of God, because we're all born, we all hold the God gene, unless you're an NPC or something like that. We all hold the God gene. Corruption. Oh, yeah, well, that too, right? Like, and the things that they've done and have done to children, to animals, it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. And the Pope, well, some of the popes are behind it, it's I've been triggered and then some, but it is horrific. Bohemian goof. Who, me? I don't even really understand what that is, but anyway, so Matthew, as it comes down to Orthodox Christianity, I can't speak to that specifically because I haven't studied it, but I will say this. I don't believe in anything but God, the universe, and God isn't even who the Bible taught us it was. It's source. It's the creator of all, and we all form God, so yeah, I don't if it's anything to do with organized religion, I don't think I'm going to be able to grab it, Matthew. I've been really turned off by organized religion. I'm not going to say there isn't a place for churches, okay? They're very supportive. Heck, they supported me in a time of crisis. But as far as learning about God and who he is and what we are at our core, you're never going to learn it at a church. Just like the school system, right? The school system is another failed system. It's a system of indoctrination, there to teach you what they want you to learn, not what you should be learning. How many subjects were you forced to take that you had absolutely zero interest in, but you're forced to take them anyway? You should have seen when I got into high school and, got to meet with the guidance counselor in grade 9. What is it that you want to be when you grow up? A rock and roll star. Oh, well, yes, I can see that as a vocation, but I'm talking about a profession, Dawn. What are you thinking of becoming? A rock and roll star? That's been my answer since I was 3 years old. Not my fault that the universe decided I was getting pregnant twice and I had to take a long hiatus. So music life on hold until that got done and dealt with, and came back out a few years ago, and I'm not stopping. I'm on my 7th album. But anyway, yeah, I don't. Back to I'll read. Let me see. Oh, well, if it deals with a little bit of Gnosticism, as long as it's not anything like organized religion, Matthew. I swear to God, if I start, I'll look into it, but and then tune in next week for my views on that. But if I start looking into it and it's got anything that closely resembles organized religion, that'll be it. I'll be closing that book and done with it. But lately, like for a couple years now, as far as the spiritual realm goes, I've been studying quantum physics because I really do want to wrap my head around telekinesis. Have you learned about telekinesis at all? What if, like, guys, they've lied to us about so much. We have so much power within us. You have no idea. Telekinesis is the ability. That's how you do levitation. That's how you do, like, if you don't think you can walk on water, you're wrong. You can. It takes a lot of practice, a lot of focus, and you got to unpack a lot of baggage to clear that mind out, right? And just so that you can focus your total energy on it, right? And that's where I'm tripping up a bit because I still got a little bit of baggage to take care of. Yeah, exactly. School makes factory workers. They make good slaves, don't they? Yeah, exactly. School needs to be a system where, the kid finds their passion, because we all know what that is. I was 3 years old when I told my mom and dad, Mommy and Dad, what do you want for Christmas time? Mommy and Dad, I want a guitar for Christmas. And they got me a guitar for Christmas. It was a Snoopy wind-up guitar. It just sounded like a Jack in the Box, like ding, 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 ding. No strings on it. It was maybe about this big, maybe a little over a foot long. And I'm whining, yeah, it's making music, but that's not what I had in my head. And where did I get that idea from? We didn't have a TV. We didn't have a fucking stereo. Where did I get this idea? I want to learn guitar, So I took it and I smashed it. And I don't want this guitar. I want a real guitar. And so my birthday is in March. And so that's only a few months from Christmas, right? And they got me another guitar, but it was what I call a Kmart special. And it was red and white. I think it was plastic or just very cheap wood. But it was 4 plastic strings on it, permanently fixated. You couldn't do them. There was 4 tuning pegs up at the top, right, that were glued on too. But they didn't move or anything. But at least there was a little sound hole. And I tried to make noises from these plastic strings, thick, clear plastic strings. And nothing happened. I smashed that one too. I don't want this guitar. I want a real guitar. And my dad's, well, if she wants a guitar that bad, she's going to have to take lessons. Are you ready to take lessons? Yes. Now I'm 4, right? So they called the Conservatory of Music, and they had to send an aptitude teacher to the home because they've never had a student that young before. So they sent an aptitude teacher, and I had to do a rhythm test, and I passed that with flying colors. I had to do a rhythm test, and past that, I had to make sure that my hand could fit around the neck of the guitar. It was a 3/4 size guitar, junior guitar. And then I had to do some notes and make sure I could play, that my fingers would reach the top of the neck. And they did. So Dawn starts her music lessons, and I finished 12 years guitar, and I think it took me about 8 years to finish 12 years of guitar. But at age 9, I started teaching guitar. They asked me to teach guitar, and I did for a couple of years, and then got a band together, and the rest is history. So, yeah, that's another thing too, right? CIA, FBI, all of that is into it. Like, I find out 9/11 is a setup, right? It's like, what? Like, that was so devastating. Can I show you what? Sorry, Matthew. It's different from Catholicism. Yes. Organized and traditional, but different. I will look into it, Matthew, but it better be different from Catholicism, because Catholicism, do you know what made me sick? Because that was God, that was the universe, my angels, whoever, my guides, telling me, no, you're not going there to get baptized. For sure, 100%, that's what that was all about. I have absolutely zero doubt in my mind that that was why I got sick. Like, once I found out what was going on with everything, right? I was, oh, that's why I got so sick, and that's why I couldn't get baptized there. Uh, okay, so sorry. Can I show you what, Matthew? I think Cathal. Oh, the Orthodox. Is that what you mean? I'm talking to Matthew. Oh, Christ. The tests that they did, Nanya, it's what they've done to children. Never mind humanity. Yeah. See, so Spirit was telling you too, get the fuck out of here. Like, I don't know. What about you, Matthew? Have you been into a Catholic church before? And if so, did it make you ill as well? Oddly enough, it never did that to my friend who I was telling you is Catholic. Is Catholic. It's disgusting what they've done. The sex trafficking and that adrenochrome. Did you know Sandra Bullock actually has her own skincare line where she admits to using aborted fetal uh, DNA and blood, and the foreskin from circumcised babies? There's another thing that, why is circumcision such a thing? Why? Because they need it to keep them young and looking. I've always been against circumcision. I thought if God doesn't want it there, he's not going to put it there, right? I don't know why. Yeah. Yes. Matthew, I agree. I don't know why, but it hid your comment there, and I'm trying to show it. And it won't let me, but I'll fix it after. Who is this ghost moderator that handles my shit when I'm the only one here? Yes, I know, right? Like, and I see the Pope and everything. It's almost like looking at Klaus Schwab or Harari or Gates or Fauci, right? And notice Fauci would just sweep him under the rug lately. He just went away, did he? Like, what the hell happened to that? None of them are going to get prosecuted, I bet. I bet any money, none of them, we've been told that, but I bet none of them get prosecuted, you know? And I don't know. Did the Pope die? Did the Queen die? I always wondered about that too, didn't you? Like, ever since I was a little kid, like, what the hell is this royal family bullshit? You know, why do they get all this money? What do they do that they get all this money in the world? Because you know what else I'm going to do once I realize my music career? Like, I got plans, right? This is why another reason beyond getting pregnant, this is another reason why my music career was put on hold because I came close to a record deal before. We were supposed to go to New York and get signed. Tragically Hip was going too. But this time, even though we'd been across the border countless times, this time Customs isn't letting us across, right? And I'm like, what the fuck? And that was enough. I had it. Like there was so much bullshit I had to deal with, bad management contract, and that was just the straw that broke the camel's back. I'm like, fuck it, I'm done. I took the contract, ripped it up, fuck it, I'm done, and I left. So came off the road and then ended up getting pregnant. Not once, twice. But I was on birth control, so it's not like I was planning it. But the universe had other ideas. So, anyways, fuck. Now I fell off my track. Do you remember me telling you that last week? Sometimes I fall off my track because one thing leads to another, leads to another. Oh yeah, and then about this story. And then I fucking get lost and I can't remember where the hell I was. Where was I? Quick, Matthew. Yeah, they are the devil. Fuck. That for sure that's what the Catholics are. Look, did you ever see inside the Vatican? Have you seen inside the videos about that? And to the assholes out there that you gotta smoke or what? Fuck off, okay? Yeah, I do. I also have an addiction and I'm trying to beat it. But at this particular time in my life, I can't. I accept that. I'm not going to beat myself up about it anymore. I'll quit when I'm fucking ready to quit. And otherwise, in the meantime, back the fuck off, right? Have you dealt with an addiction? No. So fuck off. And besides, it helped give me my raspy voice. And listen to my singing, right? If anything, it helps my singing. It doesn't fucking, it's what helps give me that rasp. Yeah, exactly. Look what's under it. You're quitting tomorrow? No, I need a quit partner. I really do. I know I need to quit. It's affecting my range, it's affecting my breathing technique, you know. It's hard. It's hard when you don't want to do it because here, I'll tell you what. It was about like when I came back out, I got bands going again or tried to, just spun my wheels for what was that, 3 or 4 years, going nowhere, right? What a well, no, nothing is a waste of time. They're all lessons. So, anyways, then I broached off on my own, right? And nobody wanted to play with Don anymore. Don doesn't drink alcohol. Don doesn't party, and no, I don't. I'm all business about my career. That doesn't mean I'm not fun to play with. I'm a fucking blast to play with on stage, but you're not drinking and you're not doing drugs before you go on stage and not until you come off the stage. And it's not happening at practices either. And that just didn't go over so well, right? So then nobody wants to play with me anymore because she's no fun to play with. Well, that's just too fucking bad, isn't it? So, and now look at me. I'm with my producer. So, anyways, I was told I got laryngitis twice back then. And the laryngologist said, "You smoke?" I went, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, you got a choice. You're either gonna smoke or you're gonna sing. But it can't be both. I'm like, fuck. On my way out, tossed my smokes in the garbage. Never thought about it again because I had everybody in the band. One of them, who was brother to the founding member of Helix, and he had connections. He was going to help make us famous. Well, fuck. And I believed that. For 3 fucking years, I believed that, you know? Anyways, I quit for 6 months, and then we were at a gig, and I was looking for my guitarist. So I went outside because I thought he's probably outside having a smoke. So I went outside, and there was a group of guys smoking, all of them. And I don't know what it was because it's not like I hadn't smelled smoke countless times before that, right, during the 6 months. But I went out in that crowd, and that waft of smoke came through. And I was just like, holy fuck, that smells good. It never even went through my head before that, right? But it did that moment. So I did, hey, somebody got a smoke I could get, right? Because I sure as shit didn't have any. I didn't even have a lighter. So someone gave me a smoke, and I wasn't worried about it. Fuck, I got this. I haven't smoked for 6 months. I haven't had any desire. I just want this one. Have you ever tried quitting before, Matthew? Has that happened to you? Yeah, that didn't last very long, right? Oh my God, don't they? So I'm on the way home from the gig, and what does Don do? Stop in the variety store, of course, and grab a pack of smokes, and we're off to the races again. And that lasted about 9 or 10 months till I got laryngitis again after getting pneumonia again. And back to the laryngologist again. He said, "Did you start smoking again?" I went, "Yeah." And they make you feel like shit about it, don't they? A lot of people do. Like, fuck, it used to be the cool thing to do when I was a kid. If you didn't smoke, you weren't cool, and now, fuck, you're shunned, and you dirty fucking piece of shit for smoking, right? Oh my God, it's not my fault, that I got addicted, and it isn't. I'll get there. But anyways, and again, tossed my smokes on the way out. That lasted 3 months, and I did it again. I smoked another cigarette after that, at the 3 month mark. But it was at practice, and it was after practice. I don't know why. I just really wanted to smoke. And so I stole one from the guitarist because he wasn't going to give me one. So I stole one, and I smoked it on the way home. Stopped at the variety store, didn't buy a pack of smokes, but I did buy a lighter and lit that sucker on the way home. Well, by the time I got home, I'm stopping at another variety store and buying another pack of smokes, and we're off again. And then my band fell apart. Couldn't get in, nobody wanted to play with me anymore. I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do now, right? I got no hope of my career. And then I just decided to go off on my own. Oh, I just need a producer. Oh, okay. So then I had my first producer, who was a bass player for me, one of my bass players, and great producer, but very strict, and it had to go according to him. Well, what the hell do I know? I don't know anything, about that end of the music industry. I was just learning about studio and producer and engineer and all of these funky words. So anyways, I thought it had to go according to him. I mean, when I write a song, I've got it all in my head, right? By the way, I found out I'm a channeler. That's what songwriters are, especially lyricists. So, anyways, when it's channeled through to me, all the instrumentation everything is there. I know exactly how I want that song to sound at the end, but I didn't get my way my first 2 albums. And in fact, here's a fun fact. The first album, if I wanted drums or heavy guitar and stuff like that, I had to do it or I had to pay for somebody to do it. And I only had so much money, and it was from my dad passing, and well, my mom and dad, but they were a couple years apart. And I had a little bit of money, not much, but a little bit of money that I could invest in my career because nobody else was investing in it. So, not even any of the band members would invest in it. I had to pay for everything. So, um, anyway, except once, and that was only the drummer that came in with some money for the studio, but that never got released. But anyway, so I programmed the drums. Me programming. I'm so technically challenged. I like a drum machine. Drum machine. Forget it. But I found this S drum pedal. It was easy to program. I'm sure way more could be done with it than what I was able to figure out. But it got me through. It got my first CD out. And when I listened to it, I'm like, I couldn't fucking do that to save my soul today. I don't even know how I did it to begin with the exceptions that I had a lot of help from the universe, obviously. And then, I did the guitar work on it. And there's even 2 songs that I did lead guitar. Sorry, there's one song when I was touring on the road. There's one song that I played lead guitar for. And that was because the lead guitarist made me do it. It was on Summer of '69, that on the bridge. I had to learn that and play it. I was so nervous. I swear to God, every time that part came up, I started breaking out in sweat. I was like, what if I fuck it up? Like, because I don't like to fuck around when I'm on stage. I'm very professional. So, anyways, yeah. So that was the first CD, and I did lead guitar to 2 songs. And then I did the second album. I only did the vocals and harmony vocals, of course. He did the rest, but it cost me a fortune. And after that, I was out of money. I had no money left, and he wasn't doing any more production unless I had the money. What am I going to do? I got over 2,000 songs sitting here waiting to get out, and I got no producer. So where am I initially? Pleiades, apparently, but right now I'm living in the ghetto in London, Ontario. Where are you from? Canada, China. I mean, it used to be Canada, but it's been China for a while. So, oh Christ, I just fell off my track. What was I saying there? This show's going a little bit longer than I had planned. It's actually a pretty cool show tonight. I like it. What was I saying? I fell off my track. You're in Ontario too? Get the fuck out of here. Really? That's cool. I can't remember where I was. Did I finish the story maybe? Dawn must be getting tired. I'm also getting excited because it's getting close to when Simba is coming, this orange cat that I'm hoping to adopt. I'm going to foster him, but it's all going to depend on my little Princess Paris. I'm a cat person. I love talking about music. Yeah, but what about music? What was I saying specifically? I need specifics to get me back on that rural track. Otherwise, we're all fucked, and we'll all be lost forever and ever. Amen. So yeah, but going back to that spirit, any religion, I don't buy into any of it. We're all very spiritual beings. Smoking and the drummer. Oh yeah, so I went back to, well then once I got back, and then I'm on my own, and I didn't see any way out from music. But now, like for the last couple years, especially with my new producer, where nothing gets released until I say it's ready to be released. everything is according to my direction, right? I love them. We have a magical musical connection like you would not believe. So then a year and a half ago, I find out, like, why am I not going viral? These fucking songs, like a lot of my songs are killer. I'm sorry, I don't mean to sound egotistical at all, but that was another gift I was given when I was born, is the ability to pick out a hit song. I used to when I was young, we used to call in hits all the time, or what we think was going to be a hit, and I hit it. I nailed it. Every fucking time I nailed what was going to be the number one hit. And so I'm good at that. I have that ability. And it's not that I deliberately write. I don't push any of my songs. I don't push myself to write nothing. I want it all from here, and if it doesn't come from here, it's not going out, plain and simple. So now my songs get done to my liking, and then they get released, right? So they're just getting more and more kick-ass all the time. I just love my producer. So anyways, I see the potential. I see the millions, the multi-millions, if not more, I'm sitting on that. It's like I'm sitting on a fucking lottery nest, and I can't do anything with it right now because I can't get viral. Why can't I get viral? Because about a year and a half ago, and I'm asking other musicians, what do you got to do? What does it take to go viral? What do I need to do? One fucking wannabe musician, oh, you got to write a hit song. Oh, fuck off. I got lots of great songs. Listen to my shit. I'm on my 7th CD right now. I have at least 30 hits out there, if not more. And that's being very lenient. Like I've got 60 some odd songs out right now. I know I've got a lot of hits out there. So if alcohol, it's not good for you, and you wouldn't be allowed to sit at my table if you drank alcohol. I wouldn't let anybody in my world if they drink alcohol. I don't want anything to do with it. Anyways, so I do my own diving, and finally, because I'm not the best with search terms a lot of the time, but I finally find out why I'm not viral. Why? Hundreds of thousands of dollars in marketing. You hear about some musicians that are offered $2 million record deals, whatever. That marketing and promotion, let me fucking tell you, for one song to go viral, and that's on all platforms, you're looking about $300,000, because you're not just paying for hits. Do you want comments on your post too? Okay, so that's extra. Oh, you want them to like it? Yeah, that's extra too. Oh, you want them to share your music? That's also extra. And by the time you're all done, it's cha-ching, 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 and they're all like it. And Spotify is the worst. Is the worst. I hate that platform. Mainly, mind you, all the streaming platforms are guilty for it. But Spotify, I think, is one of the worst. Do you know what musicians get per stream? 0.00046% per stream. How is that right? Well, Bezos has what? 1 billion, 2 billion that he's worth? Like, kind of bullshit is that? It's not right. We're the ones doing all the work. And then find out that AI, people can drum up an AI artist and write AI songs and put an album out in 2 days. I could put a fucking album out in 2 days if I had this to access my producer more quick and more often, but I don't. So I can put one song out a month. But yeah, they're allowed to monetize and make money. Can you believe that? Did that ever piss me off? But it is what it is. There's lots of sharks and lots of shit that you got to put up with in this music industry, I'll tell you. But once I can make it, and I know I will, I just got to take the long way home, right? But once I make it, I want to buy land everywhere so there's no more homelessness. And none of these fucking stupid... What is with these rents being so cuckoo? Like, it's terrible. How do they... I know, it's all by design. What am I saying? But it pisses me off that there's so many that just buy into it and go along with the program, you know? You're thinking of cutting down on spirituality. Jesus. Spirituality, as long as it's spirits, meaning liquor. But anyway, so that's why I keep doing my shorts. I keep going live. I need people to share my music. I need my stuff to get out there, you know? Uh, because once it catches on, word of mouth advertising is the best. Like, I was pretty booked when I was started touring, but I toured, I think, 4 months, 4 or 5 months before I opened for Tom Cochrane. And once I opened for him, kaboosh, and the net, like within 2 months, I'm booked a year and a half in advance, you know, and we just went up from there. So I just need the audience. I don't have any hits right now because I don't have this to make them hits. But what songs do I think are hits? Is that what you want to know? We Will Rock, that'll be one of them. That's actually going to be a tribute act. Same with sync licensing. I'd love to get sync licensing, you know, but I can't. False Reality, my latest one, that's a hit for sure. Coloring Rainbows, that's another one. There's other ones here that I think would be strong enough, but as far as a hit, Burnt Fuses, that's another one. We Will Rock. The Veil and Did You. That's possible, but I don't know, it might be too long for mainstream radio. Step Into the Light, that's another one. Whoops. Waiting Till the Dust Settles, that's another one. Demons. I don't know, you should listen to them and see which ones you like. You could get a good idea from the shorts that I have out and see if any of them grab you. Pathetic Little Beggar, I think that's another one. But yeah, We Will Rock. Light of Tomorrow. Oh my God, I went too far. I hit the wrong button. Did I say I don't want to talk about it? That one. Oh my God, I've got a brain fart. I can't. My Story, that's another one. Welcome to My Showdown is another. There's other ones I would name too, but I don't want to be too pretentious. The Dream, that's definitely another one. Confessions from a Small Mind. That's got some strong possibilities. But yeah, I'm already over like 10 minutes over my show time. So, and I've got a kitty cat coming soon. So we'll continue this conversation next week. And I will do my best to find some time to look into that Orthodox stuff that you told me about, Matthew. And yes, you should, because next week, when you tune into the show, I'm going to ask you what you thought and if you like them. Okay? So I hope so. And if you guys listen and you do like them, share them out. That's the only hope I've got. I can't get on a stage right now because a big stage because my numbers aren't up. My numbers aren't up because I don't have this for the gatekeepers, right? Fuck that. The light's gonna win. It's gotta win. And I am the light. So help me get out there, will you please? So, anyways, yeah. So tune in next week for my third show of Real Talk. And in the meantime, enjoy my shorts until spring comes around and it starts getting warm enough, then I can do live busking. Oh my God. I mean, this is cool. And I may do this from time to time once I start busking again, once it gets warmer out there. But busking will be my thing. I love that. Like it's the one thing that holds me together. It's the only thing that holds me together, really. Don't got anybody else except my kitty cat, possibly kitty cats in a couple hours. All right, so you guys keep rocking. Take care. And do listen to my songs. And if you want to know the meaning behind any of them, what inspired me to write a particular song, ask me. Okay? And no being shy and no being nasty. Okay? No nasty comments. I'll fucking block you, I swear to God. Okay. Bye. Love you all. Thank you for coming out. It's been fun. Ah.